Alright, so in today's video, I'm going to be giving you the best guide to the Forge. Now, I'm going to be covering specifically secrets that you should know. These are going to be mechanics that you should take advantage of that are not only going to help you progress faster, but make more money and get the best items possible. Now, first things first, and I'm going to be giving away either every single Game Pass or I'm going to be giving away 50 rerolls to a few people. And to enter into the giveaway, if you want to enter, all you got to do is comment Roblox username down below, leave a like, and hype this video, and that'll enter you into the giveaway. Alright, so the first thing is going to be a mechanic a lot of people overlook, which is in regards to the crafting system. So a very common issue I see is people just deciding to throw in the highest multiplier item they have and calling it quits there. But whenever it comes to pretty much any player in the game, you're going to benefit a lot out of using ores that have traits. And what I mean by this is if you prioritize the traits that are going to be on a weapon rather than just the multiplier, same goes for armor, then you're going to have a lot better of a time when it comes to results. For example, my armor has all of these traits on it, and I'm working on getting the same set for my chest plate as for my helmet and leggings. But I could have used a simple, recipe and ended up with just something that has no traits and doesn't have too much from it. But now that I've, really hyper focused on the traits, now the armor has all of these traits, and the only actual added one is Berserker. But for everything else, it's all just normally from the ores. Now, this is super easy to figure out the mechanics behind. If you just want to go, you can check the website that I'll link in the description. It should just be this. You can come on down to the ores right here, and you can see every single ore that has a trait and what it does and what it applies to. Now, the next thing a lot of people do definitely overlook is when they are grinding, they waste a lot of time because when mining, they mine the entire thing instead of just calling it quits after getting it to 50%. Because when you're mining an ore, after getting the ore to roughly 50%, you're going to be able to see what ore is coming out of that. Like this, I can see it's just a ton of quartz and low value stuff, so I don't want that. So what you can do is essentially just leave that, and this will regenerate, and it will be able to reset all the stuff inside of it. And this is especially helpful for rare ores like volcanic rock and such. So say I'm mining this volcanic rock right here, I'm gonna have to get it down pretty much to show on the line up with the arrow on the HP, so roughly 2,000 health, and then I can see what ore is inside of it. So like this one just has topaz and volcanic rock, so I don't really want that, so I can just go ahead and leave that. And now that'll reset and I don't waste the rare volcanic rock spawn, and then I'll get that item. Now, the next thing a lot of people definitely miss out on is the efficient way you can grind money. I see a lot of people very commonly decide to just sell stuff in bulk. Now, this only really is good if you're selling excess essence. What I mean by this is you get a lot of essence, it's pretty much just stacking up over time. And if you go ahead and sell all of it for the most part, tiny essence, small essence, greater essence, medium essence, larger essence, superior essence, all of this stuff just at once, that is going to sell for 65,000. Now, another mechanic a lot of people definitely overlook is achievements. Now, achievements are just passively stacking abilities that come with just stuff you unlock. Like, for example, dedicated player, this is the best one by far. The longer you play the game, up to 100 hours, you get up to a 40% luck increase, and this luck applies to literally everything. And then also similar to these, upgrade master, upgrade 1,000 items, you can get a 35% increase to critical chance. All these other ones. Now, obviously, the damage boost one from killing bosses is yet to come because bosses are being added in the next update, and those definitely help your stats overall. Now, the next one I see a lot of people overlook is parrying whenever they're fighting harder mobs. Now, you can easily come down into the volcanic area and fight these harder and bigger mobs if you just know how to parry them, and it's realistically not that hard, especially these elite death axe skeletons and blazing slimes, because of how commonly their abilities are to be dodged. Now, the only ones you really should look out for are going to be the Reapers, because they deal a ton of damage, and pretty much if you miss once, they're going to combo you, and they're most likely also going to stun you. But they definitely do give a lot. Now, another thing a lot of people commonly overlook are going to be races inside of the game, especially considering races such as the Dwarf have very, very beneficial passives, especially like the 15% mining damage increase, 5% better forge, 20% chance to deal 50% extra damage to rocks when mining. Super overpowered, especially if you are trying to progress and get rarer ores. And alongside this will also boost your base mining damage, meaning you don't have to upgrade your weapon as often or your pickaxe to continue mining. Now, the next one a lot of people miss out on for early game XP and money is what I like to call quest stacking. And this is essentially where you're just going to do as many quests as you can. Firstly, you can talk to the masked stranger right here and accept his quest for killing NPCs. And then obviously talk to Captain Rowan and get his quest. And then the next quest is going to be just off of the path from the entrance. You can come up here and talk to Line. He's going to want you to mine some ore for him. And then you can come back on over to the front side and you can obviously do the Sensei Moro quest, but you can also talk to Barakulf right here and do his quest. And he's going to want you to pretty much do a basic mining ores every single hour. And then once you've combined all these, just by doing basic game progression, you're going to just passively complete all these, getting a bunch of XP and a bunch of money. Now, the next one, this is probably one of the last things and biggest issues a lot of people do is I see too many people here and want to do the Goblin Cave quest. But the only issue with this is it is such a expensive zone, I would say. And there's only a benefit in here for when you're more in-game and trying to get arcane crystals. So it is not really much of a necessary area for pretty much anyone to try to come into unless you have, firstly, a lot of extra money, and then secondly, plenty of extra time, because realistically, the only benefit is going to be when you can mine and play the game plenty and try to grind specifically for arcane crystals. But for the most part, if you are not doing any of these and you're actually making sure you take advantage of these mechanics, you're going to progress so much faster inside of the Forge. But for the most part, it's pretty much it for this video, and I will see you on the next one.